Ah, Friedrich Nietzsche. The name alone conjures images of a magnificent mustache and thoughts so profound they could give a lesser mind a nosebleed. He was a philosopher, a poet, a cultural critic, and by his own account a rather clever chap. His final work is less a traditional treatise and more a feverish autobiography. Here Nietzsche doesn't tiptoe. He strides in, declaring his genius with theatrical flair. The book's chapters are boldly titled, "Why I Am So Wise, Why I Write Such Good Books, and Our Focus Today, Why I Am So Clever." At first glance, it's pure ego, but there's more beneath the bravado. Nietzsche's style is a performance, bombastic, hyperbolic, designed to shatter our expectations of what a philosopher should be. He isn't a dusty academic, he's a force of nature, a stick of dynamite. In Why I Am So Clever, Nietzsche lays out his philosophy as lived experience, connecting his intellect to his diet, habits, and self-understanding. He offers his life as proof that his ideas work, making the personal philosophical. Nietzsche's cleverness isn't about trivia or academic games, it's about the courage to know oneself and the discipline to cultivate one's health. He argues his genius is not a gift, but the result of meticulous self-creation. In explaining why he is so clever, Nietzsche offers a provocative blueprint for becoming a little cleverer ourselves. So set aside humility for a moment, embrace the spectacle, prepare to meet a man who looked in the mirror and declared, "Behold the man." When Nietzsche proclaims, "Why I am so clever," he's not just boasting, he's redefining cleverness itself. For him, cleverness is practical wisdom, the shrewdness to navigate life, to know what nourishes and what poisons you, body and mind. He credits his cleverness to attention to life's details, what he ate, where he lived, the air he breathed. Nietzsche shunned heavy German food for lighter fare, believing a heavy stomach clouds the mind. This isn't just dietary advice, it's a metaphor for intellectual consumption. We should be as careful with ideas as with food. Nietzsche grounds philosophy in the reality of the body, insisting that a philosopher's health shapes their thoughts. True intelligence, he says, is knowing oneself. Mind and body, environment and thought. His grand claim is an ironic masterstroke. Beneath the arrogance lies a lesson in self-awareness and self-care. Nietzsche is not just a philosopher but a physician of the soul, his first patient, himself. To be clever is to choose life, health, and to build a foundation for great thoughts. It's not about knowing everything, but about knowing yourself. At Nietzsche's core is the ancient maxim, "Know thyself," but with a twist. For him, self-knowledge is a brutal confrontation with every part of oneself, noble and base. Most people, he believed, hide from their darker impulses. Nietzsche's cleverness comes from facing them head-on. He acknowledges his frailties and sickness not as failures, but as sources of insight. You can't understand health without sickness, or strength without weakness. Nietzsche separates his personal struggles from his philosophical truths, using his life as a laboratory. This honesty is the cornerstone of his philosophy. He calls himself the first true psychologist, one who dares to look into the abyss of the soul without flinching. Most morality, he argued, is cowardice, a way to condemn what we fear in ourselves. Nietzsche's approach is to embrace the total self, mastering inner contradictions rather than denying them. Cleverness, then, is psychological fortitude, the courage to be brutally honest with oneself. It's about asking what truly motivates me. What do I fear? What have I been taught to hate? By answering without shame, one becomes the master of one's own house. For Nietzsche, this is the deepest intelligence of all. For Nietzsche, clear thinking starts in the stomach. He devotes surprising attention to nutrition, arguing that heavy German food leads to muddled philosophy. In contrast, his Italian diet, light, simple, easy to digest, kept his mind sharp. He valued water over alcohol, believing stimulants dulled true inspiration. For Nietzsche, a philosopher's food choices mattered as much as their words. He was also sensitive to climate, seeking clear skies and dry air to fuel creativity. This holistic approach is a radical break from the image of the philosopher lost in pure thought. Nietzsche's message: we are biological creatures, and our minds depend on our body's health. To sharpen the mind, first listen to the wisdom of the body. Nietzsche's cleverness is rooted in fierce independence. He saw conformity, the herd instinct, as the enemy of genuine thought. True insight, he believed, is found on the lonely path, away from the crowd. Nietzsche scorned the comfort of pre-packaged values, urging us to create our own. The free spirit questions everything, especially what the majority holds sacred. He applied this critique to philosophy itself, refusing to follow old frameworks. "I am not a man, "I am dynamite," he declared, standing alone, where the air is clearest. This path is lonely and demanding, but for Nietzsche, it's the only one worthy of a truly clever individual. Cleverness is not just what you think, but that you think for yourself. Reading Nietzsche is witnessing a performance confidence, irony, and theatrical flair. He doesn't present ideas with academic humility, he adopts masks, shifting between bombast, prophecy, and playfulness. This isn't ego, it's a deliberate style to jolt readers awake. His swagger grabs attention, but his irony is the secret ingredient. Just when he seems serious, he winks, revealing the playfulness beneath. Why I Am So Clever is both sincere and a parody of self-congratulation. Nietzsche uses irony to disarm critics and invite readers into deeper thinking. He wields humor against the spirit of gravity, the life-denying seriousness of moralists and religious thinkers. For Nietzsche, the highest truths require cheerfulness, a gay science. His style embodies his philosophy, confidence, joy, and the courage to laugh at oneself. Nietzsche's confidence is an invitation to look into the abyss and learn to dance. He shows us that the cleverest people hold profound truths, lightly appreciating the cosmic joke. It's the confidence to be profound without being a bore. In Nietzsche's world, philosophy is both deadly serious and a grand performance. Nietzsche's cleverness is also destructive. He gleefully demolishes old idols. He saw European society as sick, poisoned by centuries of bad ideas, especially Socratic philosophy and Christian morality. He didn't just disagree, he philosophized with a hammer, exposing the life-denying core of tradition. Nietzsche argued that reason and distrust of instincts were signs of decadence, a turning away from life. His philosophy, grounded in the body and will, rebels against this ancient tradition. Religion, especially Christianity, gets his sharpest critique. God is dead, he declared, seeing Christian morality as a tool for the weak to control the strong. Nietzsche's cleverness is daring to say what others won't, exposing the roots of resentment and weakness. But his critique is creative, tearing down old structures to clear ground for something new. He wants to liberate individuals from guilt and conformity, urging us to question everything. True intelligence for Nietzsche is the courage to know oneself, question tradition, and live with vitality.